The Little Book of Talent by Daniel Coyle. 52 Tips for Improving Your Skills. This is a 3-part video series. This video will cover tips 1 through 12. In this section, we will cover ideas for igniting motivation and creating a foundation for the skills you want to build. For centuries, people have instinctively assumed that talent is something that you're born with. But now, in light of massive amount of research conducted in the field of skill development, that view is being overturned. In their place, a new view is being established, one in which talent is determined far less by our genes and far more by our actions. To compose his first best-selling book, The Talent Code, Daniel Coyle traveled all over the world, visiting different talent hotbeds and studying the methods that produce the world's best actors, players, athletes, and performers. This book is the compilation of all of the methods by which people the world over perfect their skills. Tip 1. Stare at who you want to become. Find someone who exemplifies the skill that you wish to build and surround yourself with them. So, for example, if you would like to be a better swimmer, put up posters of Michael Phelps in the areas of your house where they would be the most visible. Constantly look at videos of Michael Phelps on your phone and/or your computer. And best of all, if you can, hang out with him in person. It is best if the person who you choose to surround yourself with has as many things in common with you as possible. For example, researchers found that being told that you share a birthday with a mathematician can improve the amount of effort you're willing to put into difficult math tasks by 62%. Tip 2. Spend 15 minutes a day engraving the skill on your brain. The best way to learn a new skill is to watch a short clip being performed over and over again until you have a very clear mental blueprint in your head. For physical skills, watch and listen so closely that you can imagine the feeling of performing the skill and project yourself inside the performer's body. Become aware of the movement and the rhythm. Try to feel the interior shape of the moves. For example, watch a short clip of Tiger Woods swinging his golf club, or Michael Phelps doing his butterfly stroke. For mental skills, simulate the skill by recreating the expert's decision patterns. Chess players do this by replaying classic games move by move. Public speakers do it by re-giving great speeches complete with original inflections. And musicians cover their favorite songs. Tip 3. Steal without apology. We are often told that talented people acquire their skill by following their natural instincts. This sounds nice, but in fact it is baloney. All improvement is about absorbing and applying new information, and the best source of information is top performers. So steal it. Stealing has a long tradition in art, sports, and design, where it often goes by the name of influence. As Pablo Picasso put it himself, good artists borrow, great artists steal. Look at all of the performers who are better than you, and take anything that might help you, and eventually make it your own. Tip 4. Buy a notebook. Whether it's actually a notebook, a shoebox, or a binder doesn't really matter. The point is to write down now and reflect on it later. Results from today, ideas for tomorrow, goals for next week. Tip 5. Be willing to be stupid. Be willing to risk the emotional pain of looking stupid when making mistakes, because it is absolutely essential to reach, fail, and reach again. Even top athletes such as Wayne Gretzky can be seen miserably failing during practice in order to push their skills to a new level. If you don't fail, you don't improve. Tip number 6. Choose Spartan over luxurious. Human beings naturally love to be comfortable. We want state-of-the-art practice facilities, luxurious corner offices, brand new equipment, fluffy towels, and spotless locker rooms. But all of these things whisper in our ear, relax, you've made it, and dampen our desire to push our skills to the next level. All of the world's greatest talent hotbeds are run down and seem to be poorly maintained, although the schools themselves could afford much, much better. Tip number 7. Before you start, Figure out if it's a hard skill or a soft skill. Every skill falls into one of those two categories. Hard skills are high precision focused. They require actions to be performed as correctly and consistently as possible every single time. They are skills that have one ideal path. Some examples of hard skills include a basketball player shooting a free throw, workers on an assembly line attaching a part, a golf player swinging the club, a swimmer doing a butterfly stroke, tennis player hitting a backhand shot, and performing basic math. Soft skills are flexibility focused. They have many paths to a good result. The goal of these skills is to quickly recognize a pattern and to work past a complex set of obstacles. Soft skills are about the 3 R's: reading, recognizing, and reacting. Some examples of soft skills include a soccer player sensing a weakness in the defense of the opposing team and deciding to attack, a singer subtly interpreting the music to heighten emotion, a CEO reading the room in a tense meeting or negotiation. Tip number 8. To build hard skills, work like a careful carpenter. Precision matters especially early on in the development of the skills because each rep establishes the pathway for future reps. The first few reps are like the first sled tracks on fresh snow. On subsequent tries, your sled will tend to follow those grooves. When you learn hard skills, be extremely precise and calculated. Go exaggeratedly slow. Make one simple move at a time. Pay attention to errors, fix them, and repeat the sequence. Learning fundamentals can seem boring at times, but it is a paramount investment in your skill. If you build the right pathway now, you'll save yourself a lot of time and trouble down the line. Tip number 9. To build soft skills, play like a skateboarder. While hard skills are best put together with measured precision, soft skills are built by playing and exploring inside challenging, ever-changing environments. These are places where you encounter different obstacles and respond to them over and over, thus building an intricate neural network that reads, recognizes, and reacts to challenges. To build soft skills, you need to behave like a skateboarder. Aggressive, curious, experimental, and always seeking a new challenge. Tip number 10. Honor the hard skills. Most talents are not exclusively hard or soft skills, but rather a combination of the two. For example, think of a guitarist's precise finger placement to play a series of notes, which is a hard skill, and his ability to interpret the emotion of a song, which is a soft skill. Prioritize the hard skills because in the long run they're more important to your talent. You might be surprised to learn that many top performers place great importance on practicing the same skills they practiced as beginners. Tip number 11. Don't fall for the prodigy myth. Many of us are taught that you're born with a certain level of talent, the same way that you're born with brown hair or blue eyes. A very well-established body of research shows that assumption is completely false. Early success turns out to be a weak predictor of long-term success. Tip number 12. Pick a high-quality teacher or coach. There are 5 general characteristics that will help you identify a great teacher, coach, or mentor. Character trait number 1. Avoid someone who reminds you of a courteous waiter. Avoid the person who covers a lot of material in a short time, smiles a lot, and says things like, "Don't worry, no problem, and we can take care of that later." This is a good person to have as your waiter in a restaurant, but a terrible person to have as your teacher, coach, or mentor. Character trait number 2. Seek someone who scares you a little. Encounters with great teachers, coaches, mentors tend to be filled with unfamiliar emotions such as feelings of respect, admiration, and often fear. This is a good sign. Look for someone who watches you closely, is action-oriented, and is brutally honest. Character trait number 3. Seek someone who gives you short, clear directions. Most great teachers do not give long-winded speeches. Character trait number 4. Seek someone who loves teaching fundamentals. Fundamentals are the core of your skills. The more advanced you are, the more crucial they become. Character trait number 5. Other things being equal, pick the older person. Teaching is a talent in its own right. a skill like any other. That is why generally the older person will have much more skill since they have had more time to cultivate it. This animated book summary has been brought to you by Wholesome Wellbeing. If you found this content helpful and would like to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe.